Back to the show. I am now here with Michael Essa. Michael, thanks for joining the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Good having you. Tell us about your new setup. You have some changes you made to the car, the tire. What's going on with your setup here?
Yeah, well, Yokohama just came out with a brand new tire. It's an AD08R, so it looks the same as the older AD08, but new compound, new construction, and it has more grip. So
You look like you were on fire out there, man.
Yeah, it feels really good.
Good qualifying, and we have your run here, your top 32 battle here. Let's take a look here.
Cool. So first lead run here with Gooden. Knew, no matter what, no matter who you're running against, you got to lay it down. And Gooden's been looking strong this weekend, so knew I had to push hard. Got wide, missed that outside by a little bit, but was able to bring it in, rub the wall there. Felt like I had a really strong run, and then noticed out of the corner of my eye that Gooden is straightened out.
I've noticed a lot of the drivers they lose momentum there, and it's hard for them to keep the drift.
Yeah, it is a difficult section. Here, I mean, on the straightaway, Gooden was super fast, and I spun tires. It's hard to keep the grip, when we have a turbo car, but he unfortunately tapped the wall there and took himself out. So
that's where, if you haven't been watching, that's where many of the drivers this weekend have been having problems with. What's the key to attack that first exit of that corner there?
Yeah, exiting the bank is the toughest spot on this track. Basically, you're coming around there at 75 or 80 miles an hour, and right when you think you should be leaving the wall and kind of going in, if you leave at that point, you run shallow. You don't make it to that touch and go zone.
Right.
And if you stay on just a little longer, the track gets slippery there. So it's like this really small spot that you have to hit.
Yeah.
And then you're riding that outside zone with the zero cones just outside. So it's so tricky to get that right.
The best of the best,
Oh, yeah.
Hit that corner right there. Daigo, Brian Turk, last night as well. What are you thinking when you're going, when you're going 90 miles per hour and you see that wall coming? I mean, what's going through your mind?
Well, it's kind of weird because basically as you're running the bank, you kind of see it out of the corner of your eye. You see the wall, and you're looking for that point. You're looking for the end of that zone.
Yeah.
And basically, if you come off the wall at all there, you want to make it up at that point and get back close because that's the best view. That's where the judges are looking exactly at that zone. So
let's take a look here.
You gotta be if you're not super high on the bank the whole time, that's where you need to be high.
Why are a lot of the guys getting sucked into that exit right there?
I think the track just straightens up just a touch there. So since we're just kind of entering the straightaway, you don't have the same curve of the wall all the way through. It's right where it starts to straighten out.
Great camera, GoPro camera angle right there.
Yeah, that was an awesome shot. Basically here I'm just trying to add tons of angle and stay in the throttle.
And do you think that these battles are being won on these two first turns right here? And the rest is kind of like...
That's definitely the biggest impact zone.
Yeah.
The bank is really important to stay close, but if you don't do well in that section, that's going to hurt you big time.
These are technical corners at the curves at the end that you have to nail, but I don't think you're winning battles.
Yeah, you can definitely lose a battle there,
right?
Especially following,
right? But you can't.
But you're not going to win it.
What? Right.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest upsets we had this afternoon was Toshiki Yoshioka against Daigo Saito.
Yeah, that was
number first ranking driver here.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts here?
Well, while I was watching the run, Yoshioka had a really solid run going on. He's on the Yokohamas also, so
Let's take a look here.
He was doing great, and yeah, I mean, at first everything looked like it was going well. Yoshioka had a good run going. Saito was doing his thing, just closing the gap. And then at some point, right here, it sounded like he had some issues with his motor or throttle, something like that was going on. His motor was popping like crazy.
Right.
And it looked like he just lost power.
It just didn't sound right.
Yeah. I think he's just struggling through here. And you can hear it popping
teammate,
the whole time.
Yoshioka, he had a really good solid run there.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, he was laying it down. Here, I guess it must have been running all right because Daigo's car is super fast, and he just pulled this gap.
And he just takes off, but couldn't compensate for the
with the zero in the first run.
Yeah.
And Yoshioka's doing a great job of just staying in it, not giving up, trying to close that gap, and he does, he's able to close a lot of the gap at the end.
There we go. I had a chance to chat a little bit with Daigo right after his run.
Yeah.
It looks like he is having some engine problems.
Yeah.
And I wanted him to come up and talk to us a little bit, but he's commuting from Japan in the U.S., so he wants to get everything settled with his mechanics before he leaves. So he'll have his car ready for Dallas for the next event.
Yeah.
So you're going up against who are you going up against?
Kato.
Ryan Kato.
Yeah.
He could be hot.
Yeah.
What are your strategies there?
Well, I mean, he's looking good this weekend. He looks really fast on the bank. He doesn't have a ton of angle up there, but he's fast. So I can't give him any room. You know, I gotta stay on his door. And
right.
Yeah, he's a solid driver. So
with Daigo gone, I mean, what does that mean for you in terms of overall standings? I mean, you're pretty high up there. What are you down ranked right now?
Third overall right now. JR is a few points ahead of me. And now with Daigo getting knocked out in top 32.
This is going to get really interesting tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is really, it's really going to be important to do well at this event so we can
it could be your second win of the season, too.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Michael Lessa, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. We'll be right back.